Welcome back to Toledo's longest running, most local 9 a.m. show, Good Day. There are so many churches that make up the heart of the Glass City and surrounding areas. One has had a major expansion and invites you to its grand opening this weekend. Micah Sutton is the senior pastor of Five Lakes Church in Sylvania. Congrats on a new facility that you're getting ready to celebrate and open up this coming weekend.
We're super excited about it. But before we talk about me, let me just talk about this, that we moved to the Toledo metro area about 7 years ago. And in doing so, I got to know a little bit of our local television stations and so on. We have one of the best local media presences that I've experienced in a lot of places that I've lived, and we're just really blessed by that.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we've enjoyed getting to know people in our area, and that is actually what brought us to the area. It was the people. The people make the difference in the Toledo metro area, and it's pretty incredible. And that's one of the things I love about church, about being a part of a faith family, is that it is all about people. It's consistently about people, and if it's ever not about people, then we lose the whole point, you know? And so we're excited about Five Lakes Church. Next year we celebrate 60 years as a church, and not too many churches get to celebrate 60 years as a church and celebrate it in their 1-year anniversary in a brand new facility.
Yeah, so it's a big deal. It's being around 60 years, but now seeing so much growth that you have grown out of your space, and it's time to move in and accommodate that. So kind of talk a little bit about, you know, Five Lakes in general. It's non-denominational, right? So kind of explain what that means. Like if people come, you know, what can they expect?
Well, a lot of churches are connected to a denomination. The non-denominational world has grown, so it's not unique or different to most people, to many people today. But the denominational world, basically you have a power structure or a dynamic structure of leadership that exists in one spot and then radiates throughout the country and then throughout the world. A non-denominational church is typically connected to other churches by relationship, but not specifically with an authority structure. So we as a church have the ability to operate according to how we feel like God is calling us to operate within our community. We're led by our elders and by our administrative team and by our church staff. And so there's a lot of oversight, there's a lot of collaboration, but it is very specific to the Toledo metro area. It's very specific to Five Lakes Church. And I think it gives us a lot of strengths, it gives us a lot of flexibility, and we're able to do what we feel like God's calling us to do without having to call somebody someplace else and say, hey, what do you think we ought to do? Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah. You know, kind of keeping it there, you know, within your community and your church. So coming up this weekend, you're inviting everybody to come out, you know, and see this beautiful new building. What how would you invite them to come out and visit with you all? Well,
Five Lakes Church, being around for 60 years now, well, next year 60 years, at 9 and 11 we'll celebrate our grand opening next weekend. And this is a building that was built not because we hope people will come, but because people have come and are already there. And this family just keeps expanding. And so I just encourage people, if they're part of a great church, and we are blessed in the Toledo metro area to have a lot of fantastic churches. But if somebody isn't connected to a great church, then Five Lakes Church is a phenomenal faith family. It's made up of all kinds of different families. We have great programming for our children and for our students. We have phenomenal teen worship experiences. We have families that are made up of, yes, the two-parent home. We have blended families. We have single moms, single dads. We have children being raised by grandparents. All the demographics of our community. We say that we're a multicultural, multi-generational church where all believers mature, new believers are born, and that where we live life together. In fact, one of the biggest things I love about our church is the fact that in a church our size, a lot of times people say, well, you know, churches can be too big. Last week we had over 700 people involved in life groups and small group meetings because we are an intentional faith family that does life together. And that's one of the things, one of my favorite things about Five Lakes Church. So if people are saying, hey, I'd like to check out a church, the grand opening is a great time to be able to do that. We hope that it's us as at our best, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it really is about building that relationship that people can have with a faith family as they're building their relationship with Jesus Christ. And that is our hope, that's our prayer. So 9 o'clock on Sunday, 11 o'clock on Sunday, 2 great services. We'll have great kids ministry. We'll have students in the front rows. It was just an exciting time together to be able to worship the King.
And as you said, you know, there are those smaller life groups that you can learn about and get connected with, because maybe you need that, you know, all the other days of the week too. You know,
absolutely.
Not just on Sunday. So, you know, you said you've grown, and why do you think that people are coming?
That's a question I get a lot, and the honest answer is there is no specific silver bullet, if you will. There's no one answer. I think the Holy Spirit is doing a unique thing, and I'm privileged to be a part of that. But I also think that we have 60 years of consistency. 60 years of consistently serving our community, blessing our community. We legitimately strive to be a church of the community. And again, we have a lot of amazing churches in our community. So so when I look at what God is doing at Five Lakes Church, I can't say it's because we're better than or etc. We as the church, all churches, have a singular goal, and that's to reach people with the gospel of Jesus Christ and to help people move forward in their lives and in their families and careers and so on and so forth. So do I think that we have a corner on everything? No. But do I think that there is something unique and special and beautiful about the family of God at Five Lakes Church? I 100% do. Why? Because, well, I think it's because we are very intentional about doing life together. And if people want to be a part of an intentional family, we're a great church for that.
So you can come out and check it out for yourself again Sunday, right? And 9 and 11. Where's the new facility located?
It is on Mitchell Road. A lot of people know where Pacesetter Park is.
You've heard of that, yeah.
Pacesetter Park. We're right down the street from Pacesetter Park, right next to Central Trail Elementary School. Our address is well, actually, the address is very confusing right now because Google Maps and Apple Maps
haven't quite figured it out.
They haven't figured out because it's a brand new facility. So Central Trail Elementary School, if you put that into any GPS system, you'll be right there beside us.
And then you'll find it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, and congratulations on the expansion.
What a privilege. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. When Toledo's most fun, local, and positive 9 a.m. show continues, it's not your typical murder mystery. Toss in a canal boat pulled by ornery beasts along the Muddy Maumee. Follow the clue, and hopefully you'll solve the mystery before it's too late. A preview of family fun coming up next on Good Day. Stay with us.